as you set up the podcast.
As I set up the multiple verticals.
Multiple. Hey, everybody. Retest.
That'd be a good album name, Multiple Verticals.
It's really good. That's good, too.
Welcome to the thing. Let's just start, dude. That was a Samaha thing, this whole...
Do you think that was a relic of the past, huh?
Yeah, we don't intro. We're done with the intros,
We're
guys.
coming hot.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, we were already talking anyway. Came in, Miller's got the new Jedi Warrior. What
if we had Survivor. Here's the thing, dude. When the pandemic first... Oh, you got the player slides on? I didn't even notice, dude.
I didn't even mean to do that like a...
Flash those to the audience.
Woo! I'll tell you what. I've rocked these a couple times. They're in my what I call my Sunday chic.
Are you? What else is this? The whole Sunday chic?
This is it. I go comfy. Everything is comfort-based decision making when I go for Sunday chic.
And you wore those all? Did you bring those in a bag, or you wore those the whole way from Harlem?
Not only that, I went into my office on 6th Ave today. Like this.
Was anyone else in there or no?
No one was there.
You were hoping someone was in there, and they're also wearing their Sunday chic. They go, "That's your Sunday chic." You go, "Yeah." Player slides, okay.
I honestly think if there was another person in there, they might have thrown me out. I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar building in Midtown, and I'm dressed like. Literally, I just walked off I don't even know. What would you say?
They go, sir, what are you doing here? You just flashed the badge. I work here.
Yeah, no, the guy at the front desk, he was cool with it. Yeah. Yeah, but the slides, man, they're nice, dude. You know what I like them for? Genuinely? I don't... You're like, I know you got something cooking.
I've got a question about the slides, but go ahead.
When I get up in the morning, I don't want to... I've been doing this new move. I go for a walk. I sit on a bench. And I just take in and I don't want to put shoes on.
Yeah.
So they're like nice to just throw
on. The thing I hate about the shoe is typically putting on the socks first. I'm like, I'm fine with shoes. It's the putting on of the socks that hurt me. So I see that you're rocking socks with the player slides. Let me ask you a question. Sometimes a slide like that, it'll cut into your foot. Is there any cutting?
No, I haven't experienced that yet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had really bad luck with stuff like that.
Yeah.
They like cut the sides of your
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like to wear socks too, though.
Right. You're not fully.
Because this is where this is where comfort comes.
You're not fully testing the slide.
No, not how like I feel. Probably a lot of people. Although I feel like an athlete would do a shoe, a sock, and a slide, right?
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. These are comfort decisions. I've sacrificed all style points for just sheer comfort.
Yeah. No, I like that, man.
Yeah.
So what are you doing tonight? Are you going to Sunday Dins?
Yeah. I've worn these to Sunday Dins.
Does anyone at Sunday Dins comment about it or no? They don't even realize?
They comment, but not like in any
Is this a shoe off apartment?
Yeah.
The Sunday Dins?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You knew.
No, well, I was just asking because a shoe on would have noticed the slides. Shoe off, you only have a split second for them to comment on it.
Yeah, before they're gone. That's why I kind of like wearing them over there.
Yeah, just easy.
It's easy.
They go, wow, Hardy really gets his shoes off quick. What is that?
Nice off, dude. I've worn them to do comedy, too, which is insane.
That's fine. I was wearing Crocs for like a month.
Really?
Maybe a summer or two ago, I was wearing yellow Crocs on stage. And I start off, I go, yeah, I'm wearing Crocs. What about it? People loved it, dude.
Did they love it?
Yeah, I did. Like, someone commented on the Croc after I said that, and I did like 5 minutes of crowd work about Crocs. I go, it could dub as a flotation device. I went into the water, so you could, if something happens, you could hold the Crocs and float up.
Yeah, but you were playing. You were playing.
I was playing the new Jedi.
Yeah, what were you gonna say about the Jedi?
I forget. Jedi Survivor.
Xbox, dude.
Yeah, I got the new Xbox. Here's where
Yeah, you had something to tell. It seemed like you had something to tell me.
well, here's the thing, dude. I've been having this head stuff.
Oh, the head stuff.
Right.
And your trip coming up. Let's pin your trip.
Well, this kind of bleeds into the trip a little bit. So I had this.
Oh, I forgot about this. The guy you went to.
Yeah, so I know, but
Yes.
listen to that. I don't even know. Did we talk about my new GP?
No.
Oh my god.
I know. This is what I'm saying. I knew there was something in the ether that it
This
was
might
just
say, how much time do we have? 5 minutes
floating.
in.
Yeah, dude. We'll use the whole app.
This is a bit. So if you haven't listened to Derivative GP, we should know the number of the episode. But go back, Google search Baby Shower Comedy Derivative GP. We're not a GP family here, right?
Yeah, we bypass, and now that I have health insurance, you bypass the GP.
Specialist.
Yeah,
Give me the specialist.
Yeah.
So a month ago, I was having this weird brain fog, which we've covered on the pod. I've had brain fog, confusion, just all sorts of things, a little bit of a sore throat here and there. So I went to a couple CityMD visits.
Oh, that used to be my old stomping ground.
And apparently people don't they're like, oh, CityMD, they're not doctors. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're not. But they are
Yeah, well, aren't they?
They're something. They know a thing or two. They know a thing or two. And so I went there a couple times. And on the second time, I went there I was sick for a week. Went to the person. They're like, virus, just hang out. Next week,
virus.
yeah, they said it was some viral. They're like, just rock out. Another week goes by. Go to a CityMD again. I go, it's still not there. They go, we don't know what it is. We'll do a referral to a general practitioner.
Oh, no. Wait, let me ask you something. Why are you going to the CityMD?
What else am I going to do? The CityMD is my version of a general practitioner, kind of.
Okay. Because you got health insurance, too. I thought maybe you'd have like
Is CityMD free?
a primary care physician. Is that a GP?
That's a GP.
Oh, I've been looking up GPs lately.
I'll tell you a thing or two about a GP.
I got up right. So okay.
Do you have a GP?
No, but I'm gonna bypass. Okay, so it's not even worth it.
So CityMD goes, we're going to refer you to a general practitioner. And I go, I'm not going to go. That's like a next level GP where he needs CityMD to fetch him business. Right? Like it's going to be the biggest schlub GP where he can't get his own, like he's got to deal with CityMD.
Yeah, I love how we're just coming after GPs again. Like, it's true though. Like you can't have a GP. CityMD's fetching you biz.
I want a GP that you can't get. You know what I mean?
No.
Where like, because that means that he's good.
Yeah. It's hard to get
if
in.
they're booked for months, it means, this person's a great general practitioner. He's got repeat business. I don't want a guy that you go on ZocDoc and it's just open appointments. Right?
Yeah. That's a bad sign.
It's a terrible sign. So
I see what you're saying. Right. You shouldn't, especially for a doctor, it's kind of weird to like not be good enough to have your book full.
Yes.
That you would have to go,
Unless you're brand new, unless you're 20,
right.
30-year-old, I guess, because that's when they first start, after med school. But unless you're like 30, if you're a 65-year-old man and you don't have a book full.
Let me ask you something, too. When you look at those guys, like, this is kind of a side thing, but like, what stuff do you look at when you look at a doctor?
If I go on,
Are you a guy,
if I go on
girl, age thing, like, what do you look at?
ZocDoc, it depends on what. It depends. We'll go by what I first look at. We'll get to sex.
Okay.
Because it depends on the type of doctor you're going to, right?
Okay.
Like if you're going for like an STD, you go to the guy. You don't want some girl. You don't want to be that guy that's like showing your junk off to some hot chick, But if I go dermatologist, if they're just like freezing off warts, looking at moles, I go to I got this girl on Spring Street that's really hot.
You go. It's interesting. I would almost think I might flip those.
I go like Soho Dermo.
Right. You want the hot chick to see the warts and stuff.
Yeah, moles. Check my moles.
Okay. I might go to the guy for that.
If you have an STD scare, you're going to the chick. Hey, I have sex.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a cool. It's like, all right, you take a look at my junk.
Yeah. By the way, we'll stay on STD. Have you ever gotten a swab up your penis? Is that a thing of the past? I've never gotten it.
No, not like that.
That used to be it, right?
Really?
In movies?
Oh, that's horrifying.
Like in like Euro Trip, there may have been like a scene where like they put a swab up their pee hole.
I know the fear. I think
it's an old wives' tale.
Yeah, that's so. I know, like, I think that's I hope that's a thing of the past.
I've been in,
Right. So you look okay, but like, because I've been like looking at that stuff, and it's hard for me to like deduce like what I should be looking at.
Here's do you go on ZocDoc or no? You have an insurance provider, right?
Yeah. So I go on their website, and there's thousands of doctors, and I'm like,
here's what you could do.
I guess I can look at it was so embarrassing. The other day I was looking at names because I'm
valid.
I'm not. But it's like, how are you gonna know whether the guy's a good doc? Because he's like Mark Rose or like.
Well, you go Jew. You want a Jewish guy. That's what you want. You want an old Jewish guy that's 10.
That's what people like. This is what they do. I kind of want an Indian guy. I thought
Indian's cool,
right?
Indian's cool. You don't want a Salvarese. You don't want a. You don't want an Italian guy.
Like, this is what I was like kind of doing. I'm like, this, and then I'm trying to look at their degrees. They'll show you their degrees.
Yes, that's my primary thing. Okay. I go, what college do they go to? UPenn, right. Cornell, Dartmouth, like saying, good right. Northeast schools. Boom. University of Miami. I'm not getting into University of Miami.
Right. And then they also list their practice. So I was like, okay, because this came up too with a therapist. You can look around at and then there's a difference between a psychologist and a therapist. No, I'm sorry, a
psychologist and a psychologist and psychiatrist.
Yes, thank you. Weird, right?
Yeah, I forget what.
Weird. Well,
one just gives medicine,
one
right?
One can give you medicine, yeah, and one can't.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, right?
It is.
So you go, okay. So you're at the GP guy.
So
they die, yeah.
Well, listen, I've been to bad GPs. So I'm talking to my dad. I'm telling him that they're pushing me to a GP. He goes, listen. He goes, there's this thing called MD. VIP. And he goes, there's a lot of doctors that bring on a shit ton of patients. They have like 2,000 patients, and you can never see the guy. You see his little henchman, the nurse practitioner. Yeah. And you never physician's assistant, nurse practitioner, all that bullshit.
Right.
So he goes, there's this thing, MD VIP. You pay per year. It's a membership. And you get a doctor that is limited at 400 patients per like at a time. The guy can't take on more than 400.
Jesus, that's such a high number.
I know, but if you think about it, if he gets one a day, he's just seeing one guy a day.
Right.
So I go, all right, let me look into MD VIP. I see this guy Zeal, Peter Zeal. And I go, I'm whatever.
That's the
most
I'm in. Doctor name ever, dude. Peter Zeal, right?
He went to a nice. I think there were only 2 in New York City that were available. That's the thing. A lot of them, they're unavailable. They're full book.
Okay.
So I call up the office. I go, hey, I'm thinking about doing MD VIP, and they go, you're in the right place. Like there was a salesperson on it. They go, you're in the right place. You can't mess around with your health. They go, what's wrong with you? Like, and it's a salesperson. They go, what's wrong with you? To try to get me into the mode of being sick, I go, well, I got brain fog. She goes, oh, that sounds terrible.
She did not. Jeez, whoa. Okay.
It was a great sales pitch. She goes, we got to get you signed up. And I go, I know, I got to get signed up.
Oh, so this is for the VIP med thing.
Yeah, so they sign. I go, what if I don't like this guy going in? They go, we have a bunch of doctors. You can switch doctors.
Yeah.
So, all right, sign me up. And then she goes, you could see him tomorrow. It was a Monday that I called up. Wow. They go, see him tomorrow.
Oh, I got to say, that's pretty good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And I go, good, because this is time sensitive.
Right.
Like other things aren't. Yeah, I got sprained ankle. No time sensitivity.
Yeah, well, your trip is on the horizon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I keep.
So I go to this guy, and I'll tell you, they told me I can't eat or drink. They come in at 9:00, 3-hour appointment, like 2.5 hour appointment.
What?
Blood work.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Ear, vision, hand strength. They gave me a grip to measure my strength. They had me do a walking test to see how fast I am. And it's
and grip.
The grip
so
was
bizarre.
She goes, your left hand's stronger than your right. I go, really? Let me try it again. She goes, all right.
Let me try it again. Were you trying to?
I was really. She goes, you gotta keep your elbow on the table. And here's the beauty of it.
That's the funniest thing I've heard.
There's no one in there, dude. It's a full office. There's a reception.
Yeah.
There's a receptionist,
Yeah.
a nurse, and the doctor. There's the waiting room, and then 3 separate rooms.
No one's there.
No one's there except us 4, and they're all there for me. It's beautiful. I've never felt better. They go, you must be Greg, and I go, yep.
Oh my god, dude. So, right. So they call you out. You tried to re-grip. She's like, keep your elbow down as you try to improve your grip strength. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Yeah.
And later on, Dr. Zeal brought it up. He goes,
He did not.
He brought up, he goes, your left hand's strong. You're right-handed, right? I go, yeah. And then he goes, there's like ranges, you know what I mean? Whether you're good or bad. He goes, your right hand's like right at the bottom range. Where any less, it might be a problem. I go, oh, yeah.
Wow.
He had he goes, you're 160, 150 is like bad. And I go, gee, really? He goes, for your,
you don't think about that.
Yeah, he goes, for your age, weight, height, you should be like at like 180, 190.
Oh, that made my day. All right, so
they're taking blood work. They're doing everything.
What else? They weigh you?
There's another guy. The guy. So this is the nurse.
Right.
And so then they do a bunch of preliminary stuff. Ears, where it's like, let me know when you hear the buzz.
That one's a weird test.
And you've got these headphones from like 1930 on. And the best, she goes,
you want to call them out first for their gear.
Yeah, I'm like, this.
Yeah.
It's like the Turing test here. I'm
not going to hear anything in these cans.
I feel like I'm in World War II. The right?
Tell me when you hear the buzz.
You go, raise your hand when you hear the buzz.
So is that what they told you to do? Raise your hand?
Yeah, and she goes, I might stop the test midway if the refrigerator goes off. I don't want it to. She goes, sometimes the refrigerator goes off. I don't want it to ruin the test, the accuracy of the test. And there's a part where the fridge goes off.
The fridge went off?
The fridge goes off and just holds, and then we both just sit there in silence for like 45 seconds.
Oh my god. God, that's weird. Because I don't know about you, that actually, listen, I care about my health. I wouldn't want to get the test wrong.
Right.
I would be a little concerned.
Well, you start wondering what a noise is after a little bit, right? You go, was that a noise? Am I crazy, or did I hear a faint buzz?
It's such a hard test. You know?
Right.
It's a weird test. It really is. And you don't want them to go, hey, your hearing's going.
Right.
So you're probably a little like, hey, let me try that again.
No, I heard something. She goes, well, that's more alarming than not hearing it. You have to get a psychologist in here.
You're so self-conscious about your hearing that they can't get an accurate reading.
And she's doing some false where like she won't press the button, she'll do some false moves.
And you're looking at her?
Yeah, she sees my trying to get my peripheral eyes.
Sir, please.
Sir, look forward.
Just a guy who doesn't want to have a hearing aid or glasses.
Yeah, who doesn't want the accuracy of the health. He doesn't want a real reading.
Cares about a real reading.
He can't face the truth.
Right, he's just...
Hey, the guy's dying. He's like... He's blind, and he's like, A, Z, F.
No, but there's real consequences to shit like that. They'll take your license away. Yeah. I could see people being like, you ain't giving me... I got big prescriptions. Right. I ain't getting bigger.
Right.
I heard that. I saw that.
Well, I skipped an eye test because I go in every year. I go, we can skip the vision. Like, we don't need to do this. Yeah. I go in every year. We don't need you to.
So what happened with the hearing? You did okay?
Yeah, hearing was fine.
Yeah.
They're like, you're really good hearing. But there's different tone. Like, here's the thing. They go different octaves. Right? So there's a portion where it's like really high pitch.
Right.
And then there's really, you know. So it's kind of a mind fuck where you don't know. You're like, I thought but they said I'm fine. And then
so then they weigh you.
No, Zeal did the weighing, so we haven't even gotten.
Got it. What else did she do? That was it.
That was it. She did the hand strength. She did the blood work, and she put it in a spinner. They had a contraption.
Oh, those are kind of neat.
Where they had vials. Then she put the vials in like a chamber, and then it spun.
Yeah, that
to like separate shit. The plasma from the.
Right. It's kind of in like a cylinder.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. That's pretty cool.
But that was good, and then Zeal brings me. He goes, "I'm gonna look over this and the initial things, and then So he brings me in. And he goes through a full history.
Interesting.
They don't even like. They had me fill out paperwork, but he went through the paperwork again. It's not like I'm taking it. He goes, "Do you have any of this, that?" He goes, "Where'd you go to school? Did you play sports?" Like that type of like.
Yeah,
let's get like a social history too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, he's got to find out about if there's shit back there. If he was talking to me, he would be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, you gotta let them know about. Yeah.
Well, I brought up because he was like, so you got brain fog, and I go, yeah, and I go, I've got like a little. I go, you think it might be meningitis?
What is that?
You don't even want to know, dude. This thing's a fucked up disease, dude. It's when your whole, like, there's something in your spinal cord, I guess, where, like, it freezes up, and your meninges are, like things on your brain.
Yeah.
So it tenses up your brain, and you just, like, become paralyzed. And you die. Like, you die, and he goes, if you had meningitis for the past week.
Yeah. Yeah, you would know.
He's like, he's like, you wouldn't be, you'd be like dead.
Right.
So he brings me and he does some like thing, and he goes.
You said that to him?
Yeah, so he knew, like he knew.
Yeah, he's like,
this guy's a crazy. This guy's out of his mind.
Right.
So he did the knee thing. And then he did sensors. He did some like memory recall.
Yeah.
So he goes, remember these 3 words: alligator, flag, balloon. And then he would like continue the thing. Like he'd start tickling my feet. He'd start like asking me other questions. Dude, here's another memory thing. He goes,
alligator, flag, balloon. Just make that up.
I just made that up, but it was
That's
stuff
funny.
like that.
Sure, but that's a good combo.
And then he goes, "Who's the mayor right now?"
Oh, I don't know that.
And I was like,
You didn't go.
I go, and then I go, Adams. He goes, good. He goes, who's the senator?
What?
And I
don't
go,
know any of
I
that.
just looked. I go, I have no idea.
Yeah.
He goes, give me the past presidents in reverse order. And I go,
That's tough to do,
Biden,
too. Right.
Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton,
Whoa,
Bush.
right.
And he goes, all right, that's good. He goes, you really don't know the senators? I go, I'm a loser, you know. He goes, all right.
This guy's like a history buff.
Yeah. And then he goes, what are the three things? And I'm like,
Right.
alligator, balloon, flag, balloon. He goes, all right, good.
Wow, dude. And
So-
he does the knee. This popped in me. He does the knee thing with the little.
Yeah, like
What is that thing?
like a Last of the Mohegans type of like little like
Little rubber dinger.
rubber like pointed
Yes.
triangle. And he did have a quite. He goes, your reflexes are a little like they're not that great because he hit it. He hit it and it didn't move that much.
Wow. Uh-oh.
And he was like, all right.
Yeah.
So then he had a contract. He measured me 6'7" and 3/4.
Jesus, you are tall.
Not bad, huh?
That's pretty good.
And I go. He goes, let's do one more.
3/4.
And I did. He goes, all right, 6'7" and 3/4.
Yeah, you're like trying to have a.
Yeah.
And then he weighed you.
Yeah. So then
All right,
they had
finally
this
weighed you.
they had this move where it was a scale, but I
Oh, it
also
wasn't the
no,
tapper.
it wasn't. He had some high tech.
Damn, the tapper.
The tapper's fantastic. And the best is that they're so a doctor's
Yeah.
maneuvering at the tapper is so like great, better than like a civilian's, right?
It really is.
A civilian's is all clunky. The doctor's
Yeah,
just very
yeah.
light.
Great call. When you see a doc, they almost never make a mistake in the moving of it.
Right.
They're very patient and they whittle it down right to your. And you almost want to go, hey, maybe go a little back up. You know, they never fuck that up.
And they're pretty quick about getting to it. They kind of
Yes.
size. They've weighed so many people that they're like,
yeah,
all right, let's
yeah.
go to the 150 big thing,
Yes.
and then the small thing they
yeah,
go.
you're like, wait, 150?
yeah,
Well, you're gonna start maybe 2. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true. And then they'll go right to you.
right to like within 2 or 3 pounds. Are you like right?
It's so true. And then they'll tap. They'll do a little tap and then
Right.
one more tap. And then they're like, okay, that's your weight. And I'm like, maybe another tap.
And it's not bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
very precise.
That's so good, dude. If you watch a civilian get on there,
Yeah.
they're moving it around. They're reshifting the base.
The base should only be moved once. You should know the base.
That's so funny. And I think it is probably from the amount of times
Yeah, they're like this guy.
they weigh people.
This guy had a move where I held on to some sensors too
Yeah.
for body fat.
Oh, that's high tech.
Yeah, so you got your
You
weight,
probably
body
have a
fat.
pretty good. This is probably. If I
Listen
can
to
see it
this.
in your eyes. You're probably jazzed up with all this gym going. Your body fat's probably crazy low.
He goes, I don't know how accurate this body fat reading is. He goes, we'll do it again next time you come in. He goes 3% body fat.
Whoa, that's crazy.
He goes, I don't necessarily believe this reading.
Right. Dude,
He
that's
goes
so
3%'s crazy.
Well, you're so tall.
I'm so tall. I got bone.
Yeah.
I got muscle. I don't have fat. Like the only
Right.
fat I have is like a little bit on
Yeah,
the
that's
tummy.
crazy, yeah.
But other than that, pure.
You're pure power.
Wiry.
No, I would have like I don't even know. I think I'd have like 15,
25.
20%. I'd have like pretty high right now.
3% body
Dude,
fat.
I gotta go.
I wish I had dating apps again. That'd be one of my 3% body fat.
Body fat's really important though.
Even
I think
Ari
it's-
Gold. Ari Gold had like 5% or 8%, right?
I think so, dude. I think
8%
I
body
think
fat.
that's probably why he doesn't buy the reading.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little. Maybe he'll get a new reading in there.
Yeah. So he goes, seems to be viral. I have no.
Right.
He goes, I did some brain stuff on you, right? Heart stuff. You seem fine. Maybe it's a little lingering virus, and you're trying to kick it. I go, okay.
Yeah. It's weird that they keep saying viral, though. Like, wouldn't he just be like, maybe it's like
The thing,
stress relate, like, you know?
well, he said maybe a little bit. He goes, you're a
Maybe it's
hypochondriac,
Yeah.
maybe it's something like that. But he goes viral because I did have like a little scratchy
Right.
throat. He goes, maybe it's just lingering around. And I go, all right.
Right. And you've got some lingering fog.
He goes, I'll call. Yeah, he goes, I'll call you, and we'll 3 days. I'll call you in 5 days when the blood work comes in. We'll
Yeah.
go over the blood work, and then let me know if it's still going on.
Right.
Pass me those Brooksides. Yeah, those things.
When was this? Was this the first visit?
Probably 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you had these?
No, and I haven't eaten.
These are gonna knock your dick back, dude.
Dude, yeah, these are going to knock my dick
No, keep them over here.
into my own
These
ass.
things are so addicting.
Oh, yeah. I was losing steam.
Dark chocolate pomegranate. They got little pomegranates in the middle.
Yeah, these are nice. All right.
Anyways. So after I see him, I start feeling better like a day or two after.
Yeah.
Feeling fine. He calls me up with my blood work. And he goes through each test. It's like 40 tests from the blood work. He goes, your vitamin D is a little low. You should take vitamin D pills. I go, okay. He goes, your vitamin B12 is a little on the low side. He goes, a lot of doctors won't tell you that it's low. If you want, do some B12 supplements. That'll help you with brain. That helps with your brain, too. I go, say no more.
Yeah. And the fish oil, too, right?
And then I mentioned to him, I go, while we're on the supplements, I've been taking a little fish oil. Is that okay? He goes, how much fish do you eat? I go, never. He goes,
You gotta
eat fish oil.
Sometimes I'll straight up feel I'll straight up feel a little like kind of wonky, and
Yeah.
I've had like a really good piece of fish or some sardines or fatty salmon,
Yeah.
and I can see better afterward. Like sometimes
This is
fish,
great.
yeah, dude.
So he goes, how you feeling? I go, fine. He goes, all right. And he said there's like some things in my urine.
That's wood with things in your.
You can pull it out. Little, either calcium or something, like little, he said crystals.
Wow, that's weird. Is it weird or maybe it's normal?
He said that was a little off.
Yeah.
He goes, but maybe since you were taking a lot of vitamin C pills or tablets to try to get rid of your sickness,
Yeah.
that's what it is. We'll retest it in 4 months. Retest. So this guy,
Retest.
I get blood work done every 4 months with this guy.
Wow, this is that VIP. man.
VIP, dude.
Yeah. This guy sounds pretty good. What's his name again?
Peter Zeal,
The Zealman.
legend.
Yeah.
So I go, all right. So then, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I start getting fog again.
Right, because the fog returned for you.
Yes.
So bizarre. When can I ask you very quickly? Well, set the stage a little bit for me when this fog returned. Like, where were you?
2 weeks ago from tomorrow.
Were you like at work and you were like, I feel funky? Or were you doing like what?
I'm like working a little bit, and I'll like look over here,
Yeah.
and I won't process that kitchen area as quickly as I do. It's just kind of like
Oh, interesting. Like a visual thing?
it's almost like I look like I don't think about what I'm looking at. I'm just like, wow.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's like a fog.
Right. So you
The
go,
way
it is again. You go,
The way,
oh,
there's
yeah.
easy fog. And the way I describe it is if you have a fever, you know how like you're slow, your brain doesn't react to things that quickly.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with no fever.
Right. You feel just kind of behind. Yeah.
Right. So I go, all right, it'll probably go again. But I start worrying because I
Yeah.
got this trip coming up. I'm like, fuck, what about the fall, right?
Yeah, and you felt better, right?
Right.
So that's why I would be like, son of a bitch.
Right. So I go a week with fog.
Yeah, you go another fog week.
Go another fog week, and then Monday, I'm like, I gotta go see a specialist.
Right, you're thinking I got to go past Zeal.
Right, Zeal, I love ya.
I love how we've gotten to know Zeal. So now we can
Zeal's a legend. I love no bad blood with Zeal.
Discard him. Now we can move past Zeal. Zeal's limited.
So I look up neurologists. I go, I'm going to a neurologist, brain doctor.
Right. You want to get in there. Right.
I find this guy. I set up an appointment for Tuesday, and then on Monday, I set up the appointment, and then I
phone Zeal.
I phone Zeal.
Yeah.
I go, if I'm paying for VIP, I should be able to bounce some ideas off this guy. This guy Zeal's going to be getting phone calls from me weekly, dude.
Oh, shit. Phoning Zeal is just, I love it for so many reasons. And one is there's like a certain amount of professionalism and manners to the move.
Right.
It's like a 1950s move. I phoned Zeal. Right? He's my original doc. Well, he'll hear me out.
So I've got a personal line of his, but they go only do it after hours and if it's an emergency.
Really?
So I wait. So I wait the weekend.
Yeah.
I go, I'm just going to have to suffer through this weekend of fog.
Yeah.
And headaches, too. A little headache. Tingling head a little bit sometimes.
Tingling head is like a really hard thing to...
It's very weird.
Tingling head.
It's very weird. So I phoned the office. Yeah.
Just real quick, and then we can go. Do you know that what's the second guy's name? Do you know the second guy's name?
Neil Rosenfeld?
Neil Rosenfeld.
I think it's Rosenfeld. It's definitely Neil.
Okay.
Rosenfeld.
All right.
And the thing that threw me off a little bit, I looked at my United Healthcare.
That's what I got.
I looked at the first. I filtered 4+ stars within 5 miles.
That's what okay, so you do like I do. Okay.
Right. And then I start looking at the name. And then I go on ZocDoc to see if they have openings. Most of these people don't have openings till 2025. It's crazy. Yeah. But I found this one guy, Neil Rosenfeld. He had a little opening on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday unavailable, Wednesday unavailable, Thursday unavailable. I go, boom.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
There's your guy.
I nailed down Neil. And then call up Zeal.
Right.
Well, I call up the desk and they go, hello. I go, hey, it's Tobin Miller.
Yeah.
Hoping, because this is a VIP treatment, that they would know who I am.
Yeah.
I go, all right. I go, I'm calling for Zeal. They go,
you were hoping for a little bit right, a little bit of the right.
Oh, hey, Mr. Miller.
Right.
They go, are you a member? Like, are you seeing Zeal? And I go, yeah, I'm an existing patient. I came in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they go, your game starts now. Who the hell is Zeal?
Yeah.
It's not there
That
anymore.
would be wild. Dude, your game starts now. We don't have any records of a Zeal.
Yeah, but Tobin here, and now your fog is that's a good kind of a script.
Jesus.
Retest.
The game should be remade, dude.
Please, dude. All right. So, let's focus. So you phone him up, and you get nothing. They go.
He goes, so it came back? I go, yes. He goes, bring me through what's going on.
They patched you into Zeal.
They patched me into Zeal. Right. They go, he's on the line right now. He'll call you in 5 minutes. And I go, boom. Calls me in 5.
Right. Okay, great.
He goes, what's going on? It's coming back again? I go, yeah, it's back. And he goes, how long? And I go, for a week.
Oh, he's probably pit. Was he like, okay?
No, he's like, all right. I go, I scheduled an appointment with a neurologist.
Right.
He goes, all right. And he goes, what's the name? I go, Neil Rosenfeld. He goes, I've never heard of the guy. And I go, is that bad?
Right.
He goes, no, I mean, he goes, listen, I've got my neurologist people that I go to with my patients.
He's giving you a little pushback.
No, but he goes, I wouldn't be able to get an appointment with them until October. He goes, it's crazy these days. These neurologists are all backed up. So he goes,
that's nice of him.
He goes, go to this guy.
Yeah.
And let me know what he says.
That's a nice
Yeah.
Seems like a good,
No, he's good. He's
Yeah.
very, yeah. And then, so I go to the neurologist.
Oh my God, I can't believe we have a neurologist trip too on this.
And this
We
neurologist.
might have to, dude, when we hit, we might have to do a to be continued. Let's keep going. But
So I go into the neurologist.
wait, hold on. Where's this guy at? Midtown?
15th Street, East 15th. Kind of by the stand.
Okay. That's pretty swanky.
So I go in, and it's kind of like some doctor's office, it's kind of like very clean, glossy type doctor's office. And then there's doctor's offices that are just like 1990s carpet, like kind of run down, but you kind of trust it. Because, and like kind of like the type of doctor I went to when Dr. Toscano, shouts out, my childhood doctor.
Right. Like they're less materialistic about the office, but it doesn't change the
We got what we need
of the medical service.
Right.
We're top level. We're in New York. We're paying top level rent. Right?
Yep.
But we don't have a swanky nude
Yeah. So I check in. They go, "You Mr. Miller?" I go, "Yes." They go, "Here, fill out some paperwork." And I notice on the walls, it says, "Please refrain. No cell phones allowed. No use of cell phones."
Yeah.
I go, "What's this?" Psychiatrists, these neurologists, fucking whack job,
Yeah, like you can't have your cell phone at all.
Yeah. So I fill out the paperwork. There's another guy in there, and he went in and saw the doctor in 2 seconds. Came out. So the other guy, this guy Rosenberg or whatever, comes in, pulls me in.
He comes out and gets you?
He comes out and gets me.
Okay.
He grabs the papers, comes up to me, and goes, "I'll be with you in 3 minutes. I'm going to go look over the papers that you gave me."
Okay.
I go, "Cool." I go in there. He asks me questions, right, about what's going on.
By the way, for a neurologist, you're a mystifying read. Because you're a guy that's got some, like, brain fog that, like, can't be pinned.
Right.
So if you're a neurologist, I wonder how often they get this kind of mystery case.
Right.
Listen, doc, I got some fog.
Don't know what's going on.
Don't
like, feel myself.
Yeah, right.
So he pulls me in.
Yeah.
I tell him what's up, and then he brings me into his little other office, the exam room.
Oh, he pulls you into another office.
Pulls me into another office.
What do you say to him, too? You go, "Listen, I got fog."
I got fog. I got tingling head.
Right.
A little bit of I tell him the exact same thing. Tingling head.
Headaches,
hurts a little bit. Headaches. I don't feel like I process information quickly. It kind of feels like I got a fever, but no fever.
Right. And what's he doing, this guy, when you're doing this?
He's typing it up.
All right, he's a computer typer.
He's got a computer typewriter, and I go, at first I go, "Well, a month ago." He goes, "Hold on."
Okay.
What's going on right now?
Right.
Okay. We'll get to the month ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So then he pulls me into his little operating room.
Yeah.
And he starts doing the same tests that Zeal did. Walk in a straight line, do the little sobriety tests. He goes, "Remember these 3 words." I shit you not.
So now you don't know if Zeal's good at his job or if this guy's bad. Right? Because, maybe Zeal just was doing stuff that a neurologist probably would do.
He's neurologist adjacent, you know, where he's got a little...
Right, or if this guy just doesn't know what the hell to do and he just didn't look at the... Because these people don't communicate's the problem, right? He shouldn't be doing the same tests on you, or maybe you should, but that seems... you're going in your head... Did you say it? I did this.
I kind of go in wanting MRI CAT scan, like machines.
Yeah, did you
Like,
say,
get
hey, I've done
X-rays.
these tests before? Or you?
Nah, I'm a weird case where I start getting a little self-conscious when I'm in there because I trust them.
Right, you're okay. That's fine. That's fine. You're running the tests again. No harm, no foul.
So he gives me and I was like, is it going to be the same three words? Is it something about these words that but there were three different words.
Okay, right.
And then he asked me, he goes, who's the mayor? I go,
no, he didn't.
I swear to God.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God. He goes, who's the mayor?
Up, dude.
I go, Eric Adams, bud.
No way, dude. I'm done with this, dude. They did not ask you again who the mayor is. That's embarrassing for the profession, dude.
This is the test. It's a memory test.
But, like, what if you don't know who the mayor is?
It's just something that they think that everyone should know. What year is it? Who's the president? That's like when people get out of cryogenic chambers.
Yeah.
They go, what year is it? Who's the president? No, it's not Abe Lincoln anymore, you know?
Right, but I get year and president. When did we go mayor's not year president?
Hey, we're in New York City. It's a political city.
Yeah, come on, dude.
And I go Adams, he goes senators, and I go, I don't.
Oh my God.
And he paused a little, he goes, really? And I go, yeah, I don't.
Oh my.
Gave me a little shame for not knowing who the senators were. I go, you tell me. And then he said the names. And I go, yeah, that kind of rings a bell. But I forget right now.
Yeah. Wow. This is unreal. This is something. This is a bit or something.
And here's the issue. Because he's doing the same test, and I'm kind of being like, oh, he's doing the same test.
Yeah.
He's giving me shit for senator. I start to forget the three words a little bit. I go, no. Let me remember I go, give me a second here, bud. I need to remember these three words that you told me. Let's keep the task at hand.
Imagine if you had to say to him, you're like, listen, I would have remembered the words, but you're doing the same.
You're giving me a bunch of shit.
Yeah, dude. So I started forgetting the words, not because my memory's bad, but because you're asking me the same weird questions as the last guy went to, dude.
Listen, if you hadn't asked me all these, if we didn't continue talking, I'd be able to remember these three words.
Dude, okay. So you're getting a little nervous, but then you remember them. You do remember.
There were a couple times where I was like, "Oh, this is fucked." And then here's the real kicker.
This is the funniest shit.
This is where shit goes real haywire.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm going to give you a proverb. Tell me what it means in your own words."
I don't. Wait. All right, just continue. Actually, forget that.
He goes, "What does it mean?"
Okay.
When you shouldn't throw stones in glass houses. If you live in a glass house,
okay.
right?
I think I might get that wrong, but
I go, well, if you throw a stone.
You didn't start that way,
I go,
you didn't start that way.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
It just sounds a little bit like you're about to repeat, like, right back to him. Like, you're not going to explain it. You're just going to go, well, if you throw a stone, you're in a glass house, it could break the house.
That's what I said. Well, if you throw a stone, the house is made of glass, so it's going to break.
Yeah, okay.
And he goes,
no way. What the?
He goes, yeah, but what else does it mean?
What else does it mean?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, but what else does it mean?
Favorite guy ever, dude.
And I get stumped. I'm like, look at him. I go,
right.
I'm literally 15 seconds go by, and I'm like,
Right, you weren't thinking about the underlying like hypocrisy, the point of like.
Well, I try.
You shouldn't insult someone when like.
I knew that's kind of what it was, but I didn't know how else to put. I was like, I can't put it into words.
Hence the fog.
Yes. He goes, "Wow, you have crazy fog, huh?" Hence the fog. Oh my
Bro,
god.
that's kind of like that kind of though, like just to be fair, like when you first said that, I was like, that's actually not I was like, I could get this right. Like that's actually not the easiest question to ask someone.
Right.
What does this proverb mean? Like underneath?
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know. That's just you again, like you think it would be a little cleaner, the questions.
Right. So he goes,
God, that's the funniest thing in the world, dude, that you said the thing like actually what it mean like the literal.
I rephrased it. I rephrased the question.
yeah. But that's also an answer.
So he goes, yeah. What else does it mean? I'm pausing for 15 minutes, and now I'm starting to panic.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm starting to panic because I'm like, oh, I'm fucked.
Right.
I've got a tumor. Like all this. I started like panicking. Right. I'm like, I can't get a fucking proverb out.
Oh yeah. So what did you say?
So then I go, I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
If you throw a stone,
I
repeat. I go, if you throw a stone, it's going to break the house. He goes, all right. Like we're just staring at each other.
This is one of the greatest conversations I've ever heard. Right, so you're having a
I'm like shirtless too. Like I don't know how else.
I don't know what else to tell you. If you throw a stone, it's going to break the house.
So he goes, all right, we'll do another proverb.
No, it's like it's turned into English.
Yeah, he goes,
we'll do another.
He goes, we'll do this one. He goes, if a moving stone won't gather moss.
Stop. He went stone again?
Yeah. He goes, a moving.
What's with him in the stones?
I don't know, but I knew this one.
You did?
I reasoned it out. I go.
Wait.
I go, well, I'm assuming moss grows on things that stay steady. So if there's a moving stone, that means that moss won't grow on it. So it means that if you keep moving around, you won't get rusty. He goes, all right, good.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Right?
You got that one. Wait, but what's the saying? A moving stone
won't gather moss.
Won't gather moss. Huh.
And I had never heard that one.
Yeah, I had.
I reasoned it out.
I could have gotten that wrong in saying that you want to gather moss.
Right.
That would have been wrong. Bro.
So yeah. So then he goes, what were the three words I said at the beginning? And now I'm all fucked. I was like, we just had a full issue there.
Yeah, we just had a Wild West shootout.
And I pull out the middle one I wasn't confident in.
You went for it, though.
Yeah, I go flag, cooler, gymnasium. And he goes, yeah, good.
Oh, my God.
I was like, oh, boom.
Oh, man, these guys, man, with the...
So listen to this. He goes, all right, meet me back in my office. Put on your socks
pants.
And shoes.
Put on your pants.
Put on your pants. Meet me back in my office once you dress up. So I'm dressing up.
Right.
And then he loops back in. He goes,
wait, what? He does a loop.
He loops back in.
No, he does. He does a loop in.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. I've never seen a doctor.
And then he goes, never mind. We'll just talk about it in the.
Oh.
We'll talk about it in the. And I'm like, oh,
he
fuck.
does a loop and then bail.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So then I go sit down. He's there. He goes, I just want to revisit the throwing stones in glass houses.
No, he doesn't.
I swear to God. He goes, can you tell me what it means?
Really?
And now I'm really fucked. I go, to be honest with you,
what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He goes, but don't use the word stone in house. Like he was trying to help me.
Yeah, but still, even if you don't know what it means, like it doesn't have to be associated with fog. It could just be you don't know what the fuck it means.
Right. So then
oh my God!
I'm staring at him.
I can't believe this guy brought this back up again, dude. I'm so annoyed that this guy. I might have fucking said something to him.
Well, after I go, we were looking at each other for like 15 seconds, and I go, I don't know how to put it. I understand. In my head, I know what it means. I can't put it into words.
Yeah.
And then he goes, all right, here's what it means, right? And then he goes, you shouldn't attack other people's faults when you have your own faults.
Okay, right.
I go perfect. I knew that that's kind of what it meant.
Yeah.
And I go, the error in this proverb is that the proverb doesn't say you shouldn't throw stones at other people when your house is made of glass.
Yeah,
there's no reference.
There's
no reference to another person. You're just throwing stones in a glass house at this point. You never brought in another person. He goes, yeah, all right.
Dude, that's the craziest. That's so I cannot believe.
Wild.
Yeah. It's such a I don't understand. Do you actually think he thought it might have something to do with something, or do you think he was like?
Maybe, but I got the other one.
Yeah.
And all the other tests were fine. So but I got panicked because I was like, maybe there's a part of your brain that it does word association. And I was like, maybe that part of the brain is also connected.
Right.
There's different parts of your brain.
Right,
he did physical stuff.
Right.
He goes, I'm going to push on your hand, resist it. And I was going like this, and he was going like this. And I'd be like,
right, that's a good point. So maybe sometimes the part of your brain that works in analogy,
right,
could maybe be futz. Maybe that is why I revisited it.
So I was like, all right. So then he goes, listen.
So funny.
He goes, all your tests came back fine.
Yeah.
He goes, look at me.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Great.
And I love.
He's like the Wizard of Oz.
Dude, the look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
He goes.
Yeah, that's a nice.
He goes, I think you're stressed out.
This is what I was. Yeah.
And I go, well, what is that? He goes, this might be what's called tension headaches.
Yeah.
When you're really stressed, overworked.
Yeah.
You get like stiffness in your neck a little bit, and it you get headaches around and it clenches. Yeah. And he goes, it's probably tension headaches. Are you stressed? And I go, I'm fucking stressed about everything. I got a job. I got comedy. I'm going to Barcelona, and I don't like traveling. I don't know why I'm going to fucking...
Just to put it out there, I've had the same conversation with a doctor before, many years ago, where I was like, wait, and... Yeah, I said the same thing. He was like, it could be stress. Like, it was like a revelation for me.
Yeah, he's like anxiety or stress. I go, all right.
Yeah.
And then he prints out, here's the printout. Look at this. He print.
No way.
No, hold on. And then he goes, we can, hold on. Let me, dude, if we're not.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You were wondering if you turned it on.
He goes,
part 2 of GP.
He goes, there's another test that we can do.
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes. It's out of pocket, though. It's going to cost you $500. I don't think we need to do it, but it's up to you. And I go, well, what is it? He goes, it's more word association stuff. And I go, I'm good. I go, if you don't think I need it. And he goes,
it's more word association stuff. Who knew neurologists like this was their tool?
Yeah.
You think they go in and they use some... Who knew, huh?
He did a lot of this stuff, too.
All right, I say this to you. Pig. What do you think of? What's another word for a pig? Go. What? Cow?
Donna rushes in. The assistant has to rush in and create a commotion. Jim's outside. All right, let me be right back. He goes out and attends to Jim, and then he comes back. He goes, what were the 3 words that I said?
3 words. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, that would be so funny.
Their tools are so weird, dude.
Yeah.
They're really weird. You don't think those are the tools.
Dude, can you imagine having a buddy that, like, next buddy that you have has brain fog? And he's like, I think I might go. He go, listen, I got you.
Here we go.
What? Remember these 3 words. And he's like, what the fuck, Hardy?
All right. So he goes, can I read the printout?
He goes, hold on. He goes, also, you can come back in a couple weeks for a follow-up, but I don't think you need it unless you feel worse. He goes, I think you're stressed out. You got a lot of stuff going on. You got this trip.
Yep. And sometimes you need to hear it from an authority figure.
Right.
Someone who knows what they're talking about. Like,
and right when he said it, a little bit of fog started to recede. It just started to recede. And I go, God, I'm a loser.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, that's great. You're feeling even a little better.
Next day, I feel better.
Right.
But before he goes, all right, check out with Donna. She'll do co-payments, all this stuff. So I'm out there. I'm putting on my jacket, and then he goes, hold on, Tobin.
What is with
Come
this
back
guy?
into my office.
Double.
He double takes a lot.
That's kind of his move.
That's his move.
Yeah.
He gives me a printout.
Yeah.
And he goes, listen, these are some stress relieving techniques.
Love it.
He goes, I can't promise it'll help, but it definitely won't hurt.
Is the power now on there?
Look at this. And he does this printout.
Okay.
Read the print. Here's the printout.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It's the most basic.
Also, by the way, I already saw number 1. It's called Go Into the Abyss. It's literally number 1, dude. Haha, this is great. It is Neil Rosenthal.
Is it Yeah. Boom. Got a great memory.
So, yeah, the first one is sit in a quiet place. I mean, how many times have we had that conversation? What were you going to say about these? They're so basic.
It's like, yeah, I know about this shit. You don't need a printout.
Close your eyes and inhale slowly and deeply through your nose to the count of 10. Right. I would say about that's key, through your nose.
But I've got a deviated septum. Sometimes I can't really breathe. Do you?
Yeah.
You can't breathe through one nostril?
Yeah, it gets fucked up a lot. You can see that nostril gets fucked up, yeah. It's from a lot of the
Mine's from basketball, but yours is from
booger
Schedule 2.
That's right. Expand your stomach and abdomen, but do not let your chest rise.
That's a weird one. I've tried that lately, and it's kind of tough. Where you expand your abdomen, but not your chest. Do you know about that move?
Yeah, because they want you to try to breathe through your diaphragm, but it's a weird way to say it.
Isn't your diaphragm in your chest?
No, I think you want your diaphragm's deep. It's more closer to like breathe if you can. This is how I always say. Think about like put your awareness into your pelvis, feel it, and then breathe.
I don't know whether
breathe into it a little bit.
I don't know whether I'm forcing it up or whether it's naturally.
Yeah, you're probably
doing
a little. You're probably a little bit of both. But if you do it enough. That's
you're
so
just
funny.
gyrating.
You just come in here and you're trying these techniques next Sunday. I'm like, Miller, you're really... Look how I do it. All right. Exhale through your nose to the count of 10. That's repetitive. That's 2.
So you go full nose?
Yeah. Breathing through your nose. Here's what it is, dude. This is Bikram yoga. I learned this. Your nose isn't connected to your sympathetic nervous system. So like the part of your body that regulates like panic and anxiety. That's through your mouth. So if you breathe through your mouth, you can activate your mental like.
I thought you could exhale. I thought you could go through your mouth though. Either exhale or inhale.
No. Breathing through your nose calms you down because it's not connected to that nervous system.
Sometimes I feel lightheaded if I go with just nose.
Yeah, it's good. Stay nose for as long as you can. You'll feel better.
You go nose and then you go because you run out of breath.
Yeah. Well, I think Wim Hof does it through the mouth too, but I think he's got that his technique's kind of wild too. So maybe I don't. Maybe I'm guessing. All I know is in Bikram, they teach you to breathe through your nose and stay breathing through your nose because if you go mouth, and this is why like if you jump in like a cold shower or like something and you go, and when you see people like freaking out, they're breathing quickly through their mouth, and it's shallow. It's like here to here. So it doesn't get into your body. Don't calm you down.
Yeah.
So these, and then repeat 5 to 10. By the way, I don't love this list because where's yoga? Where's sensory deprivation tank?
Right.
Where's go buy a couple plants? Put some plants in your apartment. Sit with them. Where's tub?
Dog.
All that kind of stuff. Cook a long meal. Take a long time to cook a meal. I had to go over this with some people. Buy some candles. Don't shower in like fluorescent light. Buy some candles. Shower in candles with some jazz. Why is that not on here?
Jerk off.
You're just like telling this guy. You're like, here's a printout, Neil.
Dude, can you imagine if I circle back to him? Here's some things to add to your list, Neil.
So when this happened to me in my life, real quick, and then we can be done, I brought this list to my buddy Matt DiPasquale. Shout out DiPasquale, one of my fave buddies of all time. And he goes, yeah, you know what you could do for that is read this book called The Power of Now. And I was like, really? And then wham.
What is the... Hold on.
That changed my life.
My issue with The Power of Now, it doesn't necessarily address being sick, though.
No, but it addresses the mental aspect of it. If, like, physical aside, like, you're right. Physical is going to probably stay how it is. But
like, if you got the flu...
But the mental aspect of it, it will help you.
You have to just be... You have to be like, I have the flu. I'm going to enjoy having the flu.
Well, this is how you're trying to, like... Yeah, like, stress. What's stress? Stress is all meaning, like, the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking about is this fucking trip, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's supposed to be vacation.
Well, you probably have a little pre-nerves. Do you have pre-nerves? I get a little
I've been getting in the fog. So the fog receded. I'd had a great week. And then all of a sudden last night, it started coming on again.
Yeah.
And then today it was on.
Right.
I've got a little bit today as we were potting a little bit.
Yeah. I would do some of, like we talked about, do some of this stuff. I would go do a sensory deprivation tank.
But doesn't that just make you think?
But that's the actual problem. That's the key, the root that you want to do. Yeah, you want
to have pain.
Yes, go towards it. Go towards it. Yeah. Go towards it. You'll go in there and you'll see your crazy mind.
Can you imagine if the neurologist goes, bring on the fog? And I go, are you Matt Hardy? He goes, I was born in the fog. Be like Bane.
You're like, what's happening here? This is not what I want.
He goes, your game is now.
Yeah. All right. Well, to be continued.
There's no even continue. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'll be back from
trip.
Barcelona.
We're gonna have
what I'm scared about. Here's what I'm scared about.
Okay, and I got.
And once we stop, we'll stop the pod after I'm scared about it, and then you can tell me what you think about what I can do. I'm scared about right when I sit down on that plane to Barcelona, I start panicking.
Yeah,
because that's
there'd probably be a little bit of that, right? When I went and studied abroad, that happened to me. Like on the way to because I was like, I never left for a long time. I was like, on the way to the airport, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
that happened to me.
All right.
All right.